Captain Rex, CT-7567, was a clone trooper who served in the Grand Army of the Republic before assisting the Rebel Alliance in defeating the Galactic Empire decades later. Like all clones, he was bred from the genetic template of the bounty hunter Jango Fett and trained for combat in the cloning facilities on Kamino. Rex was later promoted to captain, becoming the commander of the 501st Legion for the duration of the Clone War. Sometime after the First Battle of Geonosis, he was assigned to Jedi General Anakin Skywalker, leading Torrent Company of the 501st Legion in battle. Early in the war, Rex received J-Guys on his helmet, which were a combat honor given to only a few clones of exceptional bravery throughout the war. Rex was loyal to the men under his command, which earned him respect from the members of Torrent Company and the rest of the 501st. An example to others, Rex followed orders without question, but began to make his own decisions as the war progressed, as a result of working alongside the Jedi in countless battles, including Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Ahsoka Tano. After the Clone War, he mourned the loss of many of his brothers, and found it difficult to trust the Jedi because of the events of Order 66. Eventually, Rex found his new family in the Rebellion, and regarded the members of Phoenix Squadron as friends, losing his hardened exterior in the conflict against the Empire, while retaining the military sensibilities that made him such an effective commander. Deep in the first year of conflict with the Separatists, the Republic launched an assault on the invading droid armies of CHRISTOPHSIS. Captain Rex assisted General Skywalker in setting up an ambush on a droid battalion advancing towards the capital city. However, the enemy forces knew of their plan, and forced Rex and his men to retreat to the Republic base on the planet. Discovering a spy in their midst, Rex, with the help of Commander Cody, tracked down and arrested Clone Sergeant Slick, who was working as an informant for the Sith assassin Asajj Ventress. With the base's weapons depot destroyed by Slick, Rex salvaged the heavy cannons and had them set up in the city center to repel the waves of incoming droids. After making a plan with Generals Kenobi and Skywalker and the newly arrived Padawan Ahsoka Tano, Rex continued the fight against the armies of Separatist General Worm Loathsome in an attempt to protect the heavy cannons from the ray-shielded droid tanks. As Skywalker and Tano destroyed the shield and Kenobi captured Loathsome, Rex ordered a final volley of cannon blasts to obliterate the exposed droid units and gain victory. From his experiences on CHRISTOPHSIS, Rex learned that even a clone could become a traitor to the Republic. During the battle, he showed why he was an example to his men, by leading the assault against the droid army with bravery and skill. When the fighting became more desperate, Rex was confident enough to challenge Kenobi's order to retreat, which shows that he was starting to become more individualized, thanks to his experience outranking that of the Jedi. Following this, Rex would go on to participate in many battles with Skywalker, Kenobi, and Tano, including a return to the Foundry world of Geonosis, where the war started. On a mission to rescue Jedi Master Eth Koth from the clutches of the Separatist droid commander General Grievous, Rex aided General Skywalker and Jedi Master Adi Gallia in retrieving Koth and destroying the droid fleet. Grievous managed to escape the destruction and crash on the planet below. Rex was then sent to the surface of SALEUCAMI, along with General Kenobi and Commander Cody, to track down and capture the now vulnerable droid general. While scouting areas near the crash site to find Grievous, Rex was sniped off his speeder bike by a commando droid, prompting Jesse, Hardcase, and Kix to take action in finding shelter to heal their captain. The clones of Torrent Company eventually discovered a farmhouse where they were allowed to leave Rex to recover, before heading back to their mission. Later on, Rex met the farmer, a deserted clone named Cut LaQuain, who chose to desert the army to have a family. Although the two were at odds on what it meant to be a clone, they worked together to defend the homestead against a squad of commando droids. Rex had the responsibility of protecting Cut's family, and afterwards, he no longer saw the deserter as a coward. Upon leaving the farm to regroup with Kenobi and the Republic forces the next morning, Rex decided not to turn Cut in, and allowed him to live the life that he chose. The night that Rex spent with Cutler Quain taught him that it is important for even clone troopers to make choices, that even if they choose a different path, it doesn't make them any less of a person. While Rex believed in the Republic, he now understood that clones were just as much individuals as even the Jedi. This would strengthen Rex's choice to stay in the army, and show his respect for his brothers even more, especially when their homeworld of Kamino came under attack. The Republic invasion of Umbara was a brutal campaign to take control of the planet. While Rex joined General Skywalker in pushing back the Umbaran forces on the ground, a handful of other Jedi led their clones in space and across the surface of the darkened world. After surviving the initial push towards the Umbaran capital, Rex and the 501st Legion were placed under the command of Jedi General Pong Krell, as Skywalker was ordered to return to Coruscant. With Krell pushing his men to their breaking points in full frontal assaults against heavy enemy resistance, Rex objected to the General's tactics. Although tensions were high between Krell and the 501st, they were able to capture a nearby airbase, as well as destroy a separatist supply ship that were providing reinforcements for the capital. Rex later defended the actions of his men in destroying the supply ship, as it went against Krell's orders to defend the airbase. Ordering an execution of Fives and Jesse, the general showed he didn't care for the lives of clones, but Torrent Company refused to kill their brothers. Rex later discovered Krell's manipulations when the 501st were sent to attack the 212th Attack Battalion, believing the clones to be disguised Umbarans. With the death of platoon leader Waxer, Rex attempted to arrest Krell for treason, revealing the Jedi's hatred of clones as he cut them down before being subdued and imprisoned in the base. With the capital taken by General Kenobi, the Republic nearly had control of Umbara. Rex learned of Krell's intentions to become apprentice to Separatist leader Count Dooku and decided to execute him. Ultimately, his hesitation led Dogma to shoot Krell, who was a victim of the General's machinations. All sectors of the planet having fallen to the Republic, Rex was unable to see the point of the war, with so many of his men dying to take Umbara. Throughout the battle, he showed his loyalty to protect Torrent Company over carrying out orders that he did not agree with. As Krell's plans grew more and more destructive for his men, Rex made the decision to take matters into his own hands and stand up to the traitorous general, at the risk of losing his life. His belief in his brothers and duty to uphold his own code made him more than a slave to the will of Krell and an individual in his own right. Although Rex's conviction in the war was shaken as a result of the events on Umbara, he continued to fight for the Republic in the escalating conflict against the Separatists. Fighting for control of a massive ringed structure orbiting the planet of Ringo Vinda, Skywalker and Rex were aided by Jedi Masters Tiplee and Tiplar and their clone forces led by Commander Doom. The droid forces commanded by Separatist Admiral Trench were close to being overrun before Clone Trooper Tup of Torrent Company executed General Tiplar during the battle. Losing their momentum, Rex retreated with the others to a section of the ring already under Republic control. Skywalker decided to send Rex and Fives along with Tup to Kamino in order to discover the cause of his attack on the Jedi. The clone captain returned to Ringo Vinda on Skywalker's orders, leaving Fives to uncover a major conspiracy against the clones and Jedi on Kamino. On Coruscant, Rex and the 501st had returned from the lengthy campaign to discover that Fives had gone rogue and attacked the Chancellor after he requested a meeting with Palpatine to discuss the nature of inhibitor chips implanted in clone troopers at birth. Meeting with Skywalker and Rex, Fives informed them of the conspiracy, but was unable to reveal his discoveries before being killed by Commander Thire of the Coruscant Guard in self-defense. Rex believed Fives and later removed his own inhibitor chip to prevent him from carrying out what would become Order 66. He also informed some of his closest brothers, Commander Wolf and Captain Gregor, to remove their chips. Through the deaths of Tup and Fives, Rex was able to learn of a massive plot against the Jedi that could turn every clone back into the slaves that Rex had fought so hard not to become. As possibly the only one that believed in the truth of Fives' discovery, Rex once again showed his bond with the clones of Torrent Company, and, along with the Jedi Council, hoped that the Republic could win the war before the Separatists' plans for the clone army came to fruition. By removing his chip, Rex was able to protect Ahsoka Tano from his men who carried out Order 66 during the Siege of Mandalore. Living in exile on the planet of Selos with Wolf and Gregor, Rex was convinced to return to the fight when the rebels of Phoenix Squadron met with him, on a mission from Tano to gain information on abandoned Republic bases that could be used by the Rebellion. Assisting the rebels in fighting against the Empire and growing the Rebel Alliance, Rex soon found himself returning to an old battlefield of the Clone Wars, the planet Agamar, to salvage weapons from a crashed Separatist supply ship. Captured by super tactical droid Kalani and taken to the bridge of the ship, Rex, accompanied by Jedi Padawans Ezra Bridger and Kanan Jarrus, met with the droid commander to discuss the end of the war, and how Kalani had rejected the Separatist shutdown command. Kalani wanted to end the Clone War on his terms, and so set up a battle simulation using his droids to determine who the victor of the last battle of the war would be. Rex fought through waves of droids and eventually led the two Jedi back to the command bridge, securing a victory for the Republic. Suddenly, the Empire arrived on the planet to take out the rebels, leading Rex to work with Kalani to improvise a plan of attack against incoming Imperial walkers. Fleeing the wreckage aboard Neimoidian shuttles after destroying one of the AT-ATs with the help of the battle droids, Rex and the rebels escaped Agamar and made a final transmission with Kalani aboard his shuttle regarding the true end of the Clone War. Coming to terms with his hatred of droids and the trauma he had experienced from the war, Rex was able to overcome his sense of duty and work alongside the Separatists to achieve victory. Discovering that neither side of the conflict were meant to win the Clone War, he found peace in leaving what he believed to be an unresolved galactic war behind him. Rex was right to believe that the war could be pointless, and saw firsthand that the Empire had caused the downfall of the Clone Army, as well as the Republic he swore to protect. However, he found a new family in the Rebellion, fighting the oppression of the Galactic Empire on many fronts, including Lothal and Endor. Rex lived to see the end of the Empire, and was content in fighting for a cause that he chose to believe in.